These 5 things that you need, sorry for the little intro, but brand creation is just understanding all of that. And putting this together will help you articulate that brand, like Kyle talks about. It's putting it in the best possible way to get you where you want to go. A resume. Let me give you an example here. There you go. It's a little bit hard to see. But I'm talking about a really, really good, well-branded resume. Unfortunately, when I was in high school, we still had these classes that taught us how to do this. But so much of this has been cut. And so I don't know if you guys have even had the privilege of learning how to do resume writing, but when I'm talking about a good resume, I'm talking about a really thoughtful one. I call it a tool, not a task. So don't just Google anything, because there is so much bad information if you Google resume writing. But understand how to really convey your strengths. And for students, the secret is this. In your resume, it should answer one question. What's in it for them? Because we've been taught a resume is all about yourself. Oh look, the objective statement here. I can't even read this. But objective statements, a lot of people tell you not to have them. This is where you highlight what's in it for you, Mr. or Mrs. Employer or scholarship that I want to be awarded. And that's where you say, because of my skills and strengths, what? Like Kyle said, I'm going to be able to enhance your business. I'm going to acclimate quickly. I'm a team player. I'll learn quickly. And I'll serve your customers well, which means you'll get repeat customers or more business. Or if you're a scholarship, because of this scholarship, I'll be able to graduate school, which means I'll go into this field that you care about, be able to further both of our missions. It's the place where you tell people what's in it for them instead of just talking about what's in it for you, because everybody has a purpose, a passion. If I'm a business owner, it's my business. If I'm a scholarship, it's whatever I'm invested in. And so use your resume as a tool to brand yourself. You create one of these now, include it with every scholarship, send it with every college application. A couple of reasons why. Colleges don't often require it. A lot of colleges do require resumes now. But colleges don't often require resumes. Send it anyway. Because I was an admissions counselor. I got thousands of applications, and they all look the same. Time after time, they all fill in the same words, the same blanks. They say basically the same things. Stuff like this got my attention because they went one step above. I'm not talking about like sending a mariachi band and like a, I did have somebody send me like a 6-foot poster. I'm like, wow, that's too big for my office. Like, cool. But simple stuff that says, I'm a good investment. I'm going to go somewhere and I'd be somebody you want to be a part of your alumni. Stuff like that goes a long way. Resumes. 3 letters of recommendation. If you go out and you collect, general letters of recommendation, don't have them put to, not to a particular school, not to anybody. Best if they don't include a date, because you'll be able to use these for the rest of your life, guys. But an academic, professional, and personal. Academic, professional, and personal. I can tell you for college admissions, make sure the person writing the recommendation states the type of recommendation it is. To whom it may concern. It is my honor to offer this academic letter of recommendation for Laurel. And then praise Laurel's socks off. And then make sure you get their signature on that letter. Really important. So if you ask them to write one of these, professional, personal, or academic letters of recommendation, make sure it has those 3 components. If you need to go pick it up from them, hard copy, awesome. If they give you multiple copies, that's great. You can just mail them off. But take one at least. Scan it. Put it on your computer so you have it, because you will reuse it over and over and over again. So get these 3 letters of recommendation. I say get several of each kind. And you'll be styling. For professional, just so you know, students, if you've never had a job, a paying job, it doesn't mean you don't have professional experience. Just so you know, professional experience, even if it's not paid, think of a position of responsibility you held, where you were expected to be there, you held responsibilities, and if you didn't do it, there were consequences. Think athletics, student government, if you're part of a youth leadership, where it's like, if I didn't plan it, the event didn't happen. That's professional experience. You can use those as references. After letters of recommendation, I need to go back. After letters of recommendation, application and essay, that's going to be unique for each thing. So I just say all the essays you write, put them into a file, especially when you're getting to college admissions. Put them into a file and keep keep them there because for every scholarship we're going to talk to you about, they often ask for the same essay. So just make sure that you obviously tweak it up a little bit. For college admissions, had so many students. I worked at Azusa. So many students would write their admissions letter and go, Pepperdine is my #1 choice. I just can't wait to go there. I'm like, awesome, go to Pepperdine then. Clearly you recycled that essay. So don't make that mistake. But the application essay, here's what you need to know about the applications though. Really simple for students and parents. Just fill out every line. Don't leave a line blank. And tell them the most impressive and the most important thing first. This isn't rocket science. You don't have to belabor it for 5 hours, but find a way to say what you want to say well. Instead of being like, for 3 years, I was a part of our student government, and I helped plan a lot of parties, and oh yeah, I was the president for all 3 years. Like, you just told me the most important thing last. I saw blah, 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 president. Wow. Put that first, president, 3 years, student body. Something like that. Just get to the point and fill in every line, and if you don't think you have leadership experience, look for it. I call them the 3 R's. Rewind, refine, and redesign. You don't think you have leadership experience? Go back to the church Christmas programs you were in every year. What did you do? Rediscover those things and then state it in such a way that it meets the question asked. Easy, but just answer every question. Docs, parents and students. Students, just ask for every official transcript you can get. Because again, pretty much every scholarship is going to ask for these. So is every university. Parents, take the last 2 years of your 1040 and a W-2. Scan them. Not the whole 1040, just the first 2 pages. Scan them and put them in a file on your computer. Best would be to make a file like Everything College and put all these things in it and put those in your student's file. Because that way when your student goes off to college and they want to apply for scholarships, which you all want them to do all 4 years because they can, they don't have to call you every time and ask for that document because they're going to have to submit that with every scholarship they apply for. So make it easy, have it available, and scan it onto your computer. You're done. And then personal contact. This is the most often missed point. Students, parents help them do this. After they submit an application for anything, for college, for a job, for a scholarship, pick up the phone and call the person you applied to. And introduce yourself. Best if you can walk in person and go shake their hand. Students, this might terrify you to death, but it will make the difference between you getting what you want and you just being a piece of paper. And that's probably one of the greatest skills that's overlooked today because everything's done online. So you submit an application online and cross your fingers. But the people hiring you are still people. Your admissions counselor are still people. So if you make the call and you make it personal, you are like tens of millions. I'm making that number up. But significantly higher chances of getting accepted, getting a scholarship, or getting a job. Okay? So just make sure you make that personal touch. So